This is video 102, and the title is The Brothers, Part 2. Those who know me know I've always had a round belly and a flat butt. That configuration, when bending over, always results in the exposure of what is known as a plumber's vertical smile. One night while working on a taping unit, I had to bend over and reach down into the unit. I was installing new rubber backup rolls. From the outside, the shaft was level with the bottom of my knees. I had to mount two halves of each and make sure they were positioned properly in the cross machine direction. They were also lobe-shaped and had to be positioned to be in time with the rotation of the vacuum heads. My vertical smile was surely exposed. As I was working, I felt a poke in the butt. I figured somebody just wanted to make me jump. I kept working and finished the job. I stood up, pulled up my pants, and snug my belt. Next, I walked off the operator's stand and went over to the stacker table to make an entry in the mechanic's log. By the time I got over there, I knew something wasn't right. It seemed like Jerry was chewing a big hunk of bazooka bubble gum. He found the perfect place to dispose of it. Yep, right in the middle of what was exposed of my vertical smile. Having tugged up my pants and tightened my belt along with walking some, the gum became embedded in what I'll call the underbrush. I spent the next half hour or so in that infamous B-module men's room, ripping out the gum-embedded underbrush. For the next 2 weeks, if someone said to me, "You haven't got a hair on your butt," I'd have to agree with them. Boy, does that itch for about 10 days until the affected area grows back. Sadly, that wasn't the last time I endured a 10-day itch. I may have related this incident in a prior story. I'm not sure. In any event, here it is. One chilly morning at the house in Jenningsville, I went into the living room and stood in front of the 5-pad propane heater I had mounted on the front of the old fireplace. The fire brick was in poor shape. It was a big job to replace, so we went with the propane setup. While standing there toasting my buns, I developed a bit of gas. I never realized how volatile methane gas really is. I passed a small amount of gas, and there was a very large boom and a flash of flame behind me. Instantly, the underbrush was gone. I guess there are 2 lessons here. One, if you're built like me, shop at the big and tall stores. Buy the tall versions when it comes to shirts. They're 2 to 3 inches longer than the regular ones. 2, if you have developed an internal gas bubble, make sure your pressure relief valve is nowhere near a heat source. In other words, don't fart in the furnace. It may be a good idea to follow this rule when in the vicinity of a working barbecue grill, too. Well, that concludes my little story of part 2 of The Brothers. I guess you could call it the story of loss and regain of underbrush. All the best, folks. All the best. Or maybe the worst.